Hey y'all, Jeff Nowak here, NOLA.com's digital sports producer. Just wanted to hit y'all with a quick film study from week 15 heading into week 16 on Friday and Christmas Day, and trying to just kind of figure out what happened with the Saints offense, especially early in this game. They really struggled. They didn't get a first down until midway through the second quarter. And, when you look back on a game against the Chiefs, with the Saints without a good number of offensive weapons, they didn't have Michael Thomas, they didn't have Deontay Harris, they didn't have Marquez Callaway. And they still hung in this game, and they had a chance in the second half. They had a lead in the second half. And I think that says a lot about the defense and just how well they played to keep the Saints in this game, despite not being able to move the ball an inch in the first quarter. But I want to look at the offense specifically to start here and just kind of try to figure out what happened. Why did the Saints have so much trouble moving the ball early in this game? And what I saw is a lot of aggressive play calling. Drew Brees, after the game, pointed to this play specifically. This is on the first drive. This is second down. And he pointed to this play as an example of getting a bit too aggressive early on in the game and just bypassing this very easy check down to Latavius Murray that would have been a first down. This is a run-heavy look, and the Saints are trying to get Taysom Hill to the corner against a middle closed look, meaning you have a safety in the middle. And that works when you do have a middle closed look, because that means that you're looking at probably cover one. Except what happens is the Chiefs are playing cover three. They drop late into cover three, which means that this guy's dropping right into that zone where Taysom Hill's trying to go. And so this play is not going to work. You would have to make a perfect throw. And, when you consider it's Taysom Hill and not a guy like Michael Thomas out there, this is a very low percentage throw. It's more likely to be a pick than a catch. And instead of making this aggressive read, what Drew Brees said, and what is correct, is he really needed to just check this ball down to Latavius Murray, who's going to have 10, 15 yards in front of him, to pick up a first down and get that drive moving. At this point, you didn't know that the Saints weren't going to get a first down the entire first quarter, so it seemed a bit less dramatic to be aggressive here. But in hindsight, it's a really big miss. When you really just need to keep the ball and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field as much as possible. And they didn't do that. And I think that was a game plan strategy when they came in. We'll go through a few more, and I'll kind of get more into that. I mean, obviously, Latavius Murray is wide open. You can see the defense sinking into cover three, and that throw just has no chance. And that's just kind of what happened in the first quarter. There was a lot of aggressive reads, aggressive throws, and some just didn't go so well. This is the interception to Lil Jordan Humphrey. It's another example of a missed opportunity based on being a bit too aggressive. You can see what they're doing is he's trying to hit Lil Jordan Humphrey on the out. And so he's coming upfield and he's trying to break to the edge. But he gets jammed off the line. The defensive back gets away with a bit of a hold. I don't know if Brees was trying to draw a flag. That's my guess, is he sees the hold and he's trying to throw to it to draw attention to it. And if that's Michael Thomas, you might get that call. Lil Jordan Humphrey's not getting the benefit of that call. You take a difficult throw, a difficult catch to Lil Jordan Humphrey rather than going through your progressions. And if he had done that, if he had just worked to the middle of the field, he's going to see Adam Troutman coming through on the double move. And this is another third down play. It ends up being intercepted. And if he just works to the middle out of a clean pocket, you end up with a first down to Adam Troutman, most likely, because he has the defender beat on his back shoulder. And you'll see it right there. You can see Brees is looking to Lil Jordan Humphrey all the way. And even though he's covered, and you have Adam Troutman with all this room. And Brees just never works back. And that's something that I think when you got to the second half, you saw him be a bit more effective. That's what he was doing. The touchdown to Latavius Murray to start the second half was his fifth read on that play. And I think coming back, he pointed to mental rust more than physical rust, and he just was kind of rushing some decisions, making some poor decisions. And I think that's a fair criticism of what happened on this play. And again, this is Lil Jordan Humphrey. This isn't Michael Thomas. This isn't a guy who you have, immense confidence in to come down with that ball. But, beyond that, I think what you saw in a lot of these plays is the Chiefs appeared to just have the Saints scouted just so well. And you ask why that is. Why would that be the case? As you go into week 15, the Chiefs had just as much time to prepare for this game as the Saints did. why does it appear that the Chiefs have scouted the Saints so much better than the Saints have scouted the Chiefs? And I think the answer to that is pretty simple. When you talk about a guy like Drew Brees, he's coming back into the offense. He had 4 weeks where he was not able to practice. He was not officially named the starter until late in the week or the middle of the week. And so you're talking about a guy who just hasn't had a ton of practice time, and he's coming back without Michael Thomas, without Deontay Harris, guys that he has comfortability working with. So you're not going to have a lot of time to adjust concepts, to come in, to install new concepts, to attack the Chiefs specifically. And the Chiefs know that. And so they go back and they scout plays that have worked for the Saints this year. Here's one where you can see the Frank Clark is just driving on this swing past Alvin Kamara. He knows it's coming. He doesn't even consider rushing upfield. He just goes straight for the swing pass. And, if he's a bit more alert, he probably takes this back to the house. He just breaks it up, and Alvin Kamara is probably lucky that he put this ball on the ground rather than try to catch it and get blown up. But this is just a good example of the Chiefs knew this play was coming, and part of the reason is you didn't have to prepare for a lot. They prepared for the plays that they knew worked, that they knew the Saints had run effectively. And you can see they're ready for it on both sides. I don't think it's a coincidence that this is Alex Okafor. If you remember Alex Okafor, former Saints defensive end, you can see he's setting up to drive on that swing pass, to get outside and clear the block of Teron Armstead and take that swing pass. But Drew Brees shifts Alvin Kamara over here, and you could watch Frank Clark, watch him reset. He's ready to rush upfield, and then he resets to get outside. And he does that because he knows that if he clears this block by Ramczyk, he's going to have a free run on that swing pass if they throw it. Whereas if he tries to bait inside and gets caught up, then Kamara has an angle and has a lane. So he resets, goes directly to the swing pass, and as you can see, Alex Okafor, now having reset, rushes upfield to get pressure on the quarterback if the swing pass doesn't come out. And it's just an example. Early in the game, the Saints just weren't able to get anything going. Their kind of bread and butter plays were not producing for them because the Chiefs just had their number. They just were a step ahead on the defensive side of the ball. Here's another great example. If you remember, the Saints' first offensive play of the season, they ran this play against the Bucs, and it worked like a charm. The Bucs over pursued Taysom Hill in motion. They shift over, and you'll see this backside help defender. He follows Tre'Quan Smith out on a route, and so that just leaves it wide open. And you'll see Taysom will come back through and be wide open for this little throw to the flat. Gets 14 yards, first down. Good way to start the game. The Saints tried to run this play again. I have not seen the Saints run this play again since the Bucs game. They may have, and I missed it, but I have not actually seen them run this specific play. This is the exact same play, and watch how well the Chiefs defend it. Boom. Defender comes upfield, breaks up the play. It's an incomplete pass, and you'll see. Watch this guy. This is the defender who the Saints burned against the Bucs because he chased Tre'Quan Smith. This time around, Tre'Quan Smith's going upfield, and he just stays at home because he's alert for that backside run. You have Latavius Murray who could run here as well, and he just makes a good play, and he appears like he was in the huddle when they called it. That's how well he plays this, and that's just scouting. That's being prepared for Taysom Hill potentially coming back. You can see Tre'Quan Smith comes upfield. He gets a check on him, and he lets him go. And then he's just spying Taysom Hill, and the second he breaks to the flat, he's on him. This is what happened in the first quarter against the Chiefs. Every time the Saints ran a play that they're just used to getting a solid 4 or 5 yards, this is a safe play. This is a play that you expect to set up a short third down, and it just did not do it. I think the Saints were aware of that, and what you'll see they did is they tried to counter some of these jump plays by the Chiefs defense by getting aggressive. One of the things I said early on in this game to myself as I was watching is the Saints are being very aggressive, especially on third downs. 3 consecutive third down plays. They tried to go deep to Emmanuel Sanders when only needing 7, 4, and 10 yards. They went for it all downfield. And obviously, if you follow the Saints at all, you know that one criticism of the fans for years has been, why doesn't he throw down the field more? Why doesn't he air it out? And the question has been, can he? Can he air it out? Well, I think he showed in this game that he has no problem airing it out. It's a game plan thing. But in this game, they clearly, I don't know if they were expecting a lot of pressure on third downs, and so they got a bit aggressive, or if they just felt that Emmanuel Sanders was their best option. He was their, the personnel wasn't what you would normally expect from the Saints. You didn't have Michael Thomas, Deontay Harris, and Emmanuel Sanders is probably your most reliable target. Are you throwing to Juwan Johnson on third down? Are you throwing to Lil Jordan Humphrey on third down? Are you throwing to Traquan Smith on third down? Maybe. But he's never been the prime target for Brees. It doesn't seem to matter who's on the field. Traquan Smith is not going to be the first read. And the same seems to go for Jared Cook. He made a couple nice plays later in the game, but I think Drew Brees just felt comfortable going to Emmanuel Sanders in these situations. And you'll see here, you end up with cover one at the top. So this is a 3rd and 7 play. The Saints have the right call on here. You have a pressured look on the edge, and they're devoting, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're devoting 6 defenders to this side of the field. So that if Emmanuel Sanders gets a clean release, he's going to have a chance over the top, because that single safety is not going to be able to make the run all the way to the edge of the field. The DB gets a good jam off the line, and Emmanuel Sanders just doesn't get any separation at all. And it falls incomplete. And so, let's go back a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Watch as he comes off the line. If this is a clean release, I think this is a touchdown. Because you can see that safety is just not going to be able to get over there. It's too far of a run. And Emmanuel Sanders just needs to get over the top, because you have Traquan Smith breaking off that little hitch and keeping that defender out of the way. And so if he's able to clear, Brees has a great throw, and he throws it early. This is a 3-step drop into that throw. He's committed the whole way. And he just doesn't have anywhere to fit that ball in. And it all starts here. He can't get past this DB quite clean, and it's just enough to slow him down, and that throw just can't happen. But that's a 3rd down play. That's the play that you make, and it's a touchdown or a punt. And the Saints punted. This is their 2nd punt of the game. Okay, and so you ask why? Why do you want to go to Emmanuel Sanders in that situation? Well, the other guys in the field are not inspiring confidence. This is a play where Drew Brees tries to go to Juwan Johnson. He's kind of open on this play, but the issue is his route is not crisp enough. He's trying to break on the out, but he rounds it off, and it allows the defender a very, very pick 6 angle here. If Brees makes this throw and doesn't lead Juwan Johnson, he throws a pick 6. This defensive back drives on the ball, so he has to lead Juwan Johnson farther than he wants to, and Juwan can't make the play. And that happens because this route is not very crisp. You really want to drive upfield into that defender, force him back, and then break on the out. He doesn't do that. He just kind of rounds it off, and look at the target he's presenting. If Drew Brees throws it to him, that's a pick 6. He can't do that, so he leads it out in front of him, and he, hopes Juwan Johnson can make a play, and he can't. And so this is the issue when you lose your premier pass catchers and you're trying to rely on unproven guys, rookies in big spots. So who do you throw to on 3rd down? You throw to Emmanuel Sanders. You'll see the reverse angle, what I'm talking about with the play. He just can't get out there, and it's a punt. And so here you have, I think this is 3rd and 4, and the Saints max protect. They keep Kamara in to block. They keep Josh Hill in to block. They keep Adam Troutman in to chip, and then he releases. And so what you're trying to hit, it's kind of an Ohio concept, which is basically just a 2-man route combination. So you will have one player coming in, usually the inside receiver, coming up and running in and out to hold the defender under. And then you have the faster outside receiver coming up, and in this case, running a corner. Later in the game, you'll see he ran a fade, and it was more effective. But this is what you're trying to hit. You're trying to hold this corner under, make the safety commit, and then beat him across the field. And the Saints try to do this. I think they're looking at this and thinking, oh, we're going to get a pressure look. You're reading this guy, and you're thinking, oh, he's going to come or he's going to drop, and you're going to end up with either cover 1 or cover 0, and they're just going to bring the house and try to get pressure. But what they do instead is they drop. Every one of them drops. He drops here. He drops here. Well, actually, he drops more over here and here and here. So they're playing what's called quarters. They're playing cover 4. And that's just not what you want to attack deep against. You want to try to hit something underneath, and the Saints don't have anything underneath on this play. They're max protecting to try to hit a shot play. And, this is a sack, but it's just a coverage sack. Brees has nowhere to go with the ball. He's looking downfield. Brees is looking up here. He's trying to hit Emmanuel Sanders upfield, but you can see there's just no way. With 2 defenders deep, sinking, he's going to be able to hit a corner route, a post route. And so really the only option he would have had, because Kamara's staying in the block, is hitting Adam Troutman as he releases. But it's just not going to work. I think once he sees that this is dropping, he looks over to Traquan Smith on the out, but this guy's sitting in coverage as well. So sometimes the play call just does not work. Sometimes the defense just has you beat. And here's another example of that. Brees has time, but there's no one to throw the ball to. And he takes the sack on 3rd down. You punt again. And this is just the theme. This is the theme of the first quarter. The Saints just seem to step behind. They're trying to get aggressive, but the Chiefs just had them in situations that did not work. Here's the first down of the game. Sometimes it just takes that little, that one first down to kind of break, take the lid off the basket, to use a basketball expression, just to get things going in the right direction. And once you do that, it forces the defense to get on their heels a little bit. And so what happens? The Saints, 3rd and 10. What do? You go back to the thing that didn't work last time. And this time they are showing cover 2, which, it's still not a coverage you want to attack, but they're not going to drop into cover 4 from this look. You know that. So you're attacking with an Ohio concept again. You're taking Jared Cook inside and having him run the out. But instead of having Emmanuel Sanders run a post, you're having him run a fade, and he's just going straight upfield. And all he has to do is get a clean release, which he does. And the defender's playing him to the outside because it's his zone coverage. And he just needs to outrun this safety. And that's exactly what happens. 50-yard gain over the top. Boom. Not a touchdown, but right there, Taysom Hill brought it in a couple plays later. And so you can see, the game plan didn't change. The game plan stayed the same. We're getting aggressive. We're going for it. 3rd and 10. Give me Emmanuel Sanders over the top. I dig it. But, it works this time. And, offense feels a lot easier when the plays work. If you're wondering, so why do you have to get aggressive? Why can't you just try to play field position? Well, you have Patrick Mahomes on the other side of the field, and that's always going to be a factor when you play the Chiefs. You have to keep pace, and, the defense did an extraordinary job. Here's a play where, Cam Jordan, as I always say, defensive line stats are overrated. Cam Jordan doesn't get a stat on this play, but because he just clears this blocker, this chip attempt so easily, he actually blows up the entire play without ever getting a stat. Tyreek Hill's trying to come across, but he can't because Cam Jordan's in the way because he got there so fast. So he has to actually loop around Cam Jordan to get to the edge, which is where the ball goes. So because of that, this tight end is trying to leak downfield as an outlet, but Tyreek Hill crowds him. So there's no depth there. And Cam Jordan then gets upfield. He doesn't even go for the sack. He just gets big. It's like he's trying to scare away a bear. And so he beats this block. He blows up Tyreek Hill's timing. He blows up the tight end outlet and affects the throw. And he's not going to get a stat for that. He might get a hurry. But Malcolm Jenkins is going to be the one who gets the stat. I want to say this is Malcolm. It's tough to say. But Malcolm Jenkins just gets upfield and drives on Tyreek Hill for the tackle. And, so this is just an example of the Saints playing excellent defense. You can see right here, Tyreek Hill is the loop around. And that just blows up any chance he had. He needs to get to the edge faster. And, Malcolm Jenkins gets to clean it up, gets the glory with the TFL. And Cam Jordan goes statless, but just an incredible play by him. He had a good game. The Saints' entire defense had a good game. Cam Jordan got ejected later for quote unquote punch. I think if you watch a lot of offensive line and defensive line battles, you know that the punch is a drill. You run, you punch. You want to keep your hand open, and then that was the issue. But you're trying to punch those arms away, and he got a little too heated there, and he caught Andrew Wiley in the face, and he got ejected, and he earned the penalty. I don't know if he earned the ejection. I think unless you're instigating a fight, which he was not, I don't know how you can eject someone for something like that mid-play. He did earn the penalty, but I think a 15 yards and a fine later in the week is plenty penalizing rather than changing the game with an ejection. But I don't need to go too deep into that. And here's another play. Trey Hendrickson didn't make the Pro Bowl. Has anyone asked Eric Fisher if Trey Hendrickson should make the Pro Bowl? Because boom, look at that. Look how easily he gets around the former number 1 pick, Eric Fisher. This is a premier left tackle. And Trey Hendrickson just beats him. Carl Granderson earned some credit here too, because he made this a fumble. So Trey Hendrickson gets this sack. Carl Granderson made this a fumble because he gets around his block. You have Malcolm Jenkins coming in running a stunt. So if you look over here, watch what the Saints have a safety running a stunt, and they have him come around, and that forces the running back to help here. Right tackle, I think, is expecting help, but because of the stunt, he doesn't get it. And Carl Granderson just beats him so easily. And that's what forces Mahomes to kind of back up into Trey Hendrickson and get just, oh, man. Talk about meeting at the quarterback. Jeez, what a hit. Forced a fumble. This is big. This was right after the ejection. And the Saints scored on that possession to get closer in the game. They never had a chance to come back and tie it. But, the defense did its job as much as you can hope for the defense to do its job. But here's the problem. You're going against Patrick Mahomes. And as a defense, especially once you're on the field for a while and you're tired and you're burnt out and you need a breather, this happens. So this is a play in the first half. Carl Granderson actually just got through for a sack. He had a good game. So the Chiefs are snapping the ball 2nd and 18. And watch what Mahomes does. The Saints get pressure again. And just, how do you make this throw? How do you make this throw? Look at where he is. Look at where his feet are. He's not set. He's like doing a half split, facing the wrong direction, just whips around and throws a perfect pass to Sammy Watkins for 10 yards. So he's, instead of a 3rd and long, you have 3rd and 8. That's a huge play. And the Saints defense rushed him. Marcus Davenport gets right in there. For 99% of quarterbacks, this is probably a sack for -8. You're looking at 3rd and 26, and the Saints get off the field with a ton of momentum. Here it's a 10-yard completion to Sammy Watkins. This is the next play. So this is 3rd and 8. The Saints are still in good shape here. They have Patrick Mahomes in 3rd and long. Maybe we can get off the field. Maybe we can get another stop. You run a stunt on the inside. You have Quan Alexander go outside. And David Onyemata just gets pressure. He gets through. And he's got Patrick Mahomes dead to rights, who has no one to throw the ball to. You can see he doesn't have anyone. He's just trying to buy time. Cam Jordan beats Eric Fisher. And, the Andrew Wiley here. Andrew Wiley. He beats him upfield. Look at this. Cam Jordan's playing this right. He's playing this correctly. He's angling outside. He's making sure he keeps Patrick Mahomes in the middle of the field so he can't break and get a long run on the edge of the field, knowing that the defensive backs are covering downfield. This is the right way to play this. And look what Patrick Mahomes does. Whoop. Stops on a dime. Cam Jordan's a big guy. He can't bank quite. It's like watching a old American muscle car try to make a 3-point turn. Not gonna happen. And look at just boom. Easy throw, easy catch, first down, 2nd 18, turns into the most demoralizing first down of the game. I'm honestly amazed the Saints defense didn't just walk off the field and file an immediate protest with the league over the Chiefs blatantly starting an alien. He's not human. Patrick Mahomes is not human. Anyway, that's what you're dealing with, Patrick Mahomes. So why do you get aggressive? That's why you get aggressive. But Drew Brees looked better throughout the course of the game. I think whether he wants to admit it or not, I think he did have a little physical rust along with that mental rust. A few of those throws, especially that interception to Lil Jordan Humphrey, the read was bad and the throw was bad. It was not a good throw. And but he looked better throughout the course of the game. I mean, and whatever it was that justified that irrational confidence to throw that ball to Lil Jordan Humphrey on that play that went down as an interception, it was justified to an extent later in the game when he hits Jordan Humphrey on this just picture perfect back shoulder throw. Watch where he is. Look where Lil Jordan Humphrey is when Drew Brees releases this ball. That's not normal. This guy was on the practice squad until this week. He just came on the practice squad Brees is looking right. He's trying to keep that safety in the middle of the field because you're facing cover one. So the safety is going to have to commit one way or the other. And you just want to keep him from sinking to this direction, knowing that you want to come back to Lil Jordan right here as he beats the defender. So Brees just looks him off and then comes back and throws a dime to Lil Jordan Humphrey. But I mean, just look where Lil Jordan Humphrey is when he comes back, when Brees comes back to that side of the field. Like, this is when Brees decides to make this throw, right at this point. Even as he throws it, the ball's in the air. You can barely even see Lil Jordan Humphrey on this clip. That's how he's covered. But Brees trusts him. He's a big guy. He knows he can go up and get it, and he does. It's basically like throwing to a tight end here. I mean, Lil Jordan Humphrey is like 6'4", 220, 230. He's a big dude. And Brees just lets him go get it. And it's a great play, and it's a great read. And, you know, Brees is fine. He just needs weapons. And, you know, he needs a week to prepare. Coming in on a short week against the Vikings isn't a great situation either. But I think the Vikings don't present the difficulties on offense that the Chiefs do, mainly at the quarterback position. You know, obviously they have weapons. They have Justin Jefferson. They have Dalvin Cook. They have Adam Thielen, but they just don't have Patrick Mahomes. You know, Kirk Cousins is a fine passer of the football, but he's not extending the play anything similar to what Patrick Mahomes does. It's just a different animal. But I think what you're seeing, what you saw last week, and what you're going to see going forward, the Saints just have to be a bit more innovative in how they get people open, and that's not a criticism. That's just what they were stuck with this week, coming in off of Brees' injury with very few weapons to work with. They just had to go with what had worked, and the Chiefs knew that, and the Chiefs played it well. And so I think you'll see a much more unpredictable Saints offense next week and going forward as you get those guys back. Hopefully the Saints can get Michael Thomas healthy. Saints going to be in the playoffs one way or the other. It's just a matter of getting there in the best situation possible. It's a matter of getting there, clinching the NFC South. Hope maybe week 16. They've had 2 chances to do it. They haven't done it yet, but this is probably going to be their best opportunity at home against the Vikings. The Saints aren't getting the must-win to get in Vikings that they might have been if they had won and they were still only a game back of the wild card. But it's still a game that you could lose very, very easily if you don't come out sharp, if you don't come out with focus, knowing that you are still depleted on the weapon side of things. So that's all I'll give you. I hope there was some information in here that you didn't already have. I hope I was able to break down some of this for you. Again, my name is Jeff Nowak. You can follow me on Twitter at Jeff_Nowak. I'm NOLA.com's digital sports producer. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions, any comments, any requests, and I'll see what I can do for you. DMs are always open. If you want any more coverage, daily coverage, go to NOLA.com/sports/Saints. I have a bit of a list whenever I say that. I wish there weren't so many S's and H's in that URL, but that's where you can find it. A lot of great coverage from our beat writers, our columnists, and I'm on there too. So check it out. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Saints Now. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Tumblr, whatever it is. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for everyone checking this out. Leave a comment. Leave a review. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so next time we post something, you'll get an alert. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.